Welcome back. So glad that you've joined me today. Now, when was the last time that we stopped and thought about how often we've been satisfied? Whether that's from a meal, whether that's from a conversation, time with friends, time with family, time spending reading, even time spending with God. Now, as we're looking throughout the world, we see so much of people that are unsatisfied even by the basic things in life. Even as we look at entertainment and whatnot, it seems that people need more and more and more, and yet they're really not satisfied. And even looking at music, you have those old songs like "I Can Get No Satisfaction." You listen to that over and over and it kind of sticks. It doesn't just stick in your head. It sticks in your heart, where all of a sudden we forget that the one that really gives us satisfaction is that of God. There's so many things right now that are drawing for our attention, that are screaming at us, hey, do me right now, buy me, try me, do this, do that, try this, try that. But God continues to come back to us and says, remember this, that the only way to try, and even more, the only way to find true satisfaction is through me. The biggest thing of how that starts is by spending time in God's Word. Too often we get so busy and running around so much that we forget to stop, to take a few moments and to read God's Word and let that peace that passes all understanding sink in our hearts and our minds and allow God to fully control our day, which really, when we look at it, it's His day. We're just living in it. Now, it's easier to say than do. I understand that. It's learning from the moment that we wake up, having the Bible by our side, and just spending that few moments. Remember, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. The quality of time that we spend. And even with that, as we're going through our day, remembering to talk to our shepherd point by point with everything that's going on. God already knows what's going on in our day. He wants to hear from us because He loves us that much. Are we willing to take that few moments to stop and talk to Him and say, hey, I need help. I need help in the areas of this or that, and the areas of satisfaction, and the area of temptation, and whatever. The moment that we need help, we need to be crying out to Him for His assistance. So often our problems will come because we're not doing that. If we were, we'd probably be in a lot less turmoil, a lot less problems than our ancestors were in the past. Let us continue to go back to God's Word, to delve in His Word, and let that continue to strengthen our relationships that we have in Him, because only in and through Him that we have our existence. Today's verse comes to us from Jeremiah chapter 31 in verse 25. It says this, God speaking Himself, I will refresh the weary and satisfy the faint. Amazing promise, isn't it? Right there in this chapter, God is speaking through Jeremiah to the children of Israel, reminding them that even though all this is happening, that has happened and will happen, God is still there. He still loves them. He's still taking care of them. He wants them to know and understand that, so that even when they go through these problems, when they go through tribulation, they're remembering not just God. Our God has never left us, and neither will He leave us now. I want to leave you with that promise, that our God has never left us, and He will never leave us now. May we continue to remember that, bank on that, and run into this next week with that. Thanks again for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next time as we continue to study God's Word together. God bless.